story that I kind of discovered with one of my neighbors, actually. So right here, this person, I'm gonna just talk a little bit. So this person at this house, she's a mother. Her name's Angie Ryan. I'm not, well, that's her Facebook name. I don't know if that's her actual name, but that's the name that I'm using. This person has been dealing with similar issues as far as in like corruption, dealing with her kids. And that's the park where I'm banned from unconstitutionally. But this person right here at this house, she had been dealing with DHS, social, I don't know what it's called, social service, and the government essentially screwing her over, with her kids. I've seen her, been a nice lady. I've never had any issues. So if you look there, she's a neighbor. Like my house is literally on that street. It intersects. And so we're that close. And so for all you naysayers who say, well, it's like, damn, maybe she did something wrong, or maybe you don't believe me. What are the odds? Hey, Carrie, hey, sweetie, my wife. But what are the odds? What are the odds that two people are having issues side by side and it's their fault? So I'm gonna go ahead and say this out loud. It's very, very unlikely that that's the case, and this is what you see. And I've shared her story, so you guys go look at it. But we're dealing with stuff, and if you notice, one thing I want to point out: if a person is truly not a good person, they're truly a bad person, then it's going to be more than one person or two people. And in my case, in her case, which I see, I have two people I have the same people, a family, saying stuff that isn't true, and the local police. Nobody else does this. As a matter of fact, people love me. People love me wherever I go. But it's only when you're not submissive and when you don't do what people say. People want to ruin you. I talk to people. The smoke shop guy, he likes me. The pizza, very nice gentleman. And all the people I don't have any issues with anybody else, really anywhere. And if you ask anybody that actually knows me, lots of people have great things to say about me. With that chick, I see her walking around, tending her garden, working, minding her business. And it's people like us. It's people like us that we're not rich. Like I myself am not poor. But we're not rich. But I'm not rich by any means. And with the stock market going down and everything, I'm even poor. But it's people like us that we're not heard because we're not rich or we're not in some type of protected class. And that's the problem. And I just want to notate while I'm thinking about it. So that person that's driving that truck, first of all, I want to say I'm going to court for her on the 28th of April. If anyone wants to attend, you don't have to, but you're going to see some real truth. This person, I'm going to court for her. She took a restraining order out on me, and I've made mentions about this. It's funny. This person, restraining orders, yet they're antagonizing stuff. So I want to say it on camera. If you're truly afraid of somebody, you don't antagonize them. You don't drive up and down the road bothering them. You don't do shit like that. You leave them alone if you're truly afraid. The same person called CPS on us, and this person, her 13-year-old son had a baby with another kid, but this bitch has the nerve to say stuff about me, about our kids. And we ain't never had that issue. My kids are well taken care of. And so as a parent, I can understand what Miss Ryan is going through. As a parent, you're doing everything you can for your kids. It's truly It's a smack in the face for people that don't know what you're going through to run their mouth and talk shit about you. And we know. And so, my mother was abusive, and I read her post and I shared it. I come from an abusive family. My mother was or she is an alcoholic. I don't talk to my mother because she cared more about men and everything else than her children. And so with my family means the world to me. And for mothers, they know what it's like, to have a kid, to do your best as a mother to provide for them. And for my wife knows what it's like. And then for CPS to come in there and have to check behind you. That shit is terrible. And so, like, I'm speaking for everyone. Whose voices have been thank you, Kimberly, whose voices who have been silenced. You've been reaching out to the police. You've been reaching out to Josh Stein, like I have. As an attorney general, he's ignored us. We reached out to Jeff Jackson. We reached out to Senator Galey. All these people have ignored us, and then, like, we go through stuff, and then you have these random ass people that go online and mock you. So I just want to say this. Regardless if you agree or you disagree with a person's positions, it is very disrespectful and hurtful to go on somebody's post and laugh and then say laughing words or whatever. And that's what we do as a society, because you're not going through it. You're not going through what this person may be going through. You mock them. You make fun of them. That shit is cruel. And then people are so comfortable being disrespectful online. So, a little bit about me. I'm from Durham. I was put in foster care at 10 years old. So we didn't play this bullshit about talking shit, because the thing is, if you talk shit to somebody, you had to back that shit up. And dude would run up and punch you in the mouth. That's where I come from. But as a father, as a citizen, a law-abiding citizen, I don't do that shit. I can defend myself, but if you look at all, and then for all these people like that, so I don't back down. But I'm also knowledgeable enough to be able to explain things. But when you start speaking out, when you start not just being subservient to people, and you stop being submissive, then people want to turn on you. Then people want to say these mean things. Just so you know, I'm super ADHD, but I'm gonna say this while I'm thinking about it. I have an X account that I've been posting on. I've been sharing this, and I've been sharing other stories on there. Well, I started to, but think about this. I have a neighbor who lives not that far away from me, who's been going through issues of corruption. Not 100% similar to mine, but very similar. She's been dealing with police and all this crap, and she's been disregarded, thrown away like trash. That shit hurts. And I want to talk about Daniela Mandela. I forgive me for her family if I know I'm probably butchering the name. I talked to her father, a very nice guy. It's like, what about her? Alamance County. I'll tell you the story for those who haven't heard, or for those who don't understand, because I talked to her father personally and I've read the story, and I tell you what he told me. So he was supposed to pick her up. She was waiting outside in a driveway, and then a deputy's son hit her, and then he moved her body, and then left the scene. Now he moved her body to make it appear as if she was in the middle of the road. There's teeth, hair from her. Imagine what that's like as a father, having to pick that shit up off the ground of your daughter. I love my kids, so I myself couldn't imagine that. This guy, I don't know. Again, the guy that hit her, I don't know what his name is. You can do the work, but he hit her. He left. He initially wasn't charged. He initially wasn't charged with anything, and then like the father started speaking out, and then they charged him with some minor bullshit, you know. And it's only after reporting to the media and doing all this stuff that they started to take action. And this is the problem. This is the problem in society is we have these fucking idiots who run the world. We have, they run the world, and they got there because they kissed ass to somebody else, and then they just moved up, but they're not really functioning. And then these same people, they demand us to be subservient to them. And for the most part, most people are. Then you have people like me that aren't. I don't break any laws. I don't do anything illegal, but I'm shunned because I choose to live my own life on my own terms. So, this is what happens to us. Now, her father, is in deep pain. I can only imagine what that's like. And so we have cops that get away with shit. It's like there's a double standard for police. There's a double standard for politicians. There's a double standard for judges and anyone within the government. And that shit is unfair. That shit is unfair. We all should face the same punishment whenever we do something illegal. I tell you something else that I know for a fact. What's his name? Brad Allen. His name is on the building of the Alamance County Courthouse. Name is on the building of the courthouse. His father was a judge, and he was a judge. Hey, Mr. Lucas, thank you for tuning in. So his father was a judge. This guy tried people for drugs, for everything under the sun. Guess what he was doing? This guy was doing drugs, cocaine. The media will say, well, he was charged, but he wasn't found guilty. Yeah, of course. Well, that's awesome, Portuguese. But he wasn't found guilty, but of course he wasn't. Because people don't press charges. The DAs drop charges on judges and stuff until it becomes like nationwide. There's attention drawn to it. They don't prosecute. So that whole stuff about, well, he wasn't, that don't mean shit. That just means he wasn't prosecuted. But he 100% did that shit. He's also on camera sexually assaulting women at a Christmas party. At a Christmas party. He's on camera at a Christmas party, sexually assaulting multiple women, drunk. This is a judge. How hypocritical is it that somebody that's deciding the fates of others is engaging in the very activity that they're judging people on? You know what happened to this judge? You probably didn't hear about it, but I'll tell you right now. He all he got to do is retire. That's why he retired. That's why he retired. Because the video, they had the video, and so they would rather have somebody cared a little bit about the negative attention that they made him retire. But me, somebody like me who didn't actually do anything, the police got the neighbors to lie. For Daniela's family, they get no justice. I mean, you kill a person, it's one thing if they actually happen to be, causing the issue. But you kill a person by your actions, by drunk driving or whatever of negligence. You should go to jail for the rest of your life. That's just my opinion. You should go to jail for the rest of your life. But when it's the cop, or when it's the cop's family, they don't get anything. Like everyone else gets a different punishment. But when it comes to police, when it comes to politicians, and just rich people, their lives is totally different. And that's really the difference of a lot of times somebody having a clean record and somebody not is who you know, and that's the unfortunate. But these people, they make it as if, you know, well, he's got a bad record. It's 100% his fault. But you don't know what this person is going through. You don't know what you don't know anything besides that, besides what you read. And there's other things. And just like, you know, we read these news articles. We read these news articles about people. We don't really know if they did it, but you have people that are so quick to jump to trashing them without knowing, you know, without knowing everything. And I know for a fact, I know that shit happens because it happened to me. That's why I started this. It happened to me. Yeah, I pled to a charge that I didn't do. Because if I didn't, I would end up like Miss Ryan in jail, fighting it, you know. And then, you know, the prosecution team gets somebody to lie. And this happens a lot. But these prosecutors don't face any punishment, and they should. They should. And so when I make these videos, so that way I can spread information, so I can get the truth out, so I can give a voice to others who have been ignored. And so I'm getting ready to end this video. I'm still in the beginning stages of this. But if you're watching this video and you've been ignored, you live in Alamance County, because that's my target audience. But I'm thankful for the people that do tune in. But I'm not trying to make money off this. I mean, if I get money, that's great. But I'm really trying to get change. I'm trying to create change for not just me, but other families, because this is so fucked up what's going on. But if you watch this and you've been ignored and you want me to talk about your story and you want to share it, feel free to reach out to me, to message me in the comments. I'm still learning. I made an X a while ago, but I just started posting on it recently, so I'll be on there. But I'll be attaching my X and my bio. But for all of you guys tuning in, thank you so much, and I appreciate the kind words. I appreciate the messages. I'm gratified, and so I just continue to pray to God. I continue to pray, and thank you so much.